He was a military genius, a brilliant orator, a political shark, and a man who seduced queens and conquered continents. He didn't just change Rome. He ended the Republic and became its ruler for life. This is the thrilling, dangerous, and bloody story of Julius Caesar, the man who dared to crown himself in a world built on freedom. Julius Caesar wasn't born into greatness, but he was born ambitious. He came from a patrician family, sure, but they were broke and politically out of favor. At 16, his father died. At 18, he married into power. And at 20, he was on the run from a dictator. Caesar chose danger over compromise. He refused to divorce his politically inconvenient wife, so Sulla, Rome's dictator, marked him for death. Caesar went into hiding, and he came back smarter, tougher, and with a clear goal: total power. Rome in the 1st century BCE was a mess. Civil wars, corruption, political assassinations. Perfect for someone like Caesar. He became a lawyer, then a priest, then a soldier. He fought pirates, won elections, and made powerful allies. He was charming, terrifying, and brilliant. He rose through the ranks with speed and style: governor, consul, then general. But the moment that changed everything? Gaul. Over 8 brutal years, Caesar conquered all of Gaul, modern-day France and Belgium. He crushed tribes, won impossible battles, and became a legend to his men. He wrote his own war reports and sent them back to Rome like dispatches from a hero. The people loved him. The Senate feared him. He was no longer just a politician. He was now a warlord. When the Senate tried to strip him of power, Caesar made the most dangerous move of his life. He crossed the Rubicon River with his army, a direct act of treason. He knew what it meant. There was no turning back. His words: "The die is cast." He marched on Rome, not to destroy it, but to take it. Civil war erupted. Caesar defeated his rivals, chased his enemies to Egypt, and casually had an affair with Cleopatra. He returned home and declared himself dictator for life. He reformed the calendar, fixed debt, opened citizenship, created jobs, and concentrated more power in his hands than any Roman before him. To some, he was a savior. To others, a tyrant in a red cloak. On March 15, 44 BCE, Caesar walked into the Senate. He was stabbed 23 times by men he once called friends. Why? Because they feared he was becoming a king. They thought killing Caesar would save the Republic. Instead, it triggered more chaos, more war, and the rise of emperors. His last words: "Maybe et tu, brute." Maybe nothing at all. But his death was the end of the Roman Republic. Julius Caesar reshaped the ancient world. His ambition toppled centuries of tradition. He was brilliant, flawed, daring, and dangerous. And 2,000 years later, we still say his name. Caesar, the man who crossed the line and rewrote history.